We need to sell some stuff. Doesn't matter anyway, we're still short. Might need some lube in there. Oh, see, that's hot. There's probably a better way to do this. Workshop skateboards, that's what they are. I'm like a fabricator or something, you know. Wellington all the way to Taupo. So we're going to drift. Last time we were here in this garage, we were working on the wheels that are going on the Sylvia. And I stripped one of the nuts and bolts that hold those wheels together. Only one, and it's the last one holding that whole wheel together. And we did say we're going to continue that in today's video. I have come up with an idea.
It's on your mind.
We're going to drill it out and see how we go. If that fails, I've got grinding discs now, so we can hack it with a grinder. We're just going to rip into it, get that apart, and then we've got another job on. We're about to load up our trailer. Well, we're putting it on the ute to then tow it empty all the way to Oamaru, so we can pick up a ute and take that all the way to Wellington. So if you guys weren't aware, we had Hayden will be down here for the HPTO Fest a couple of weeks back, and on the way down, Hayden's ute piston and put oil all everywhere, blew oil all out of the car. I don't know what the problem is with the car. All I know is we've got to pick it up in Oamaru and take it to Wellington, and then after that, once we've finished in Wellington, we'll have a look through what Hayden's got going on at his shed, and then we're going to be missioning it from Wellington all the way to Taupo. So we're going to Drift Wars. That's right, we're going to Drift Wars this weekend. We're going to bring you some content from that. We'll catch up with the Night Ride boys, we'll catch up with the Thrash Garage guys, we'll catch up with Mucka Motorsport, and we'll finally get to meet Guy from the Choice Files. I'm excited for the weekend. Normally, we wouldn't drive all the way up there, but
I figured out a way to kill two birds with one stone. Like this.
The other job we got to do is fit the electronic brake controller to the trailer, because the trailer that we have, it's literally out there. The trailer that we have has got electronic brakes on it, but we've got no way to control those. We didn't worry about buying an electronic controller till after our event because we didn't want to be short, and well, it didn't matter anyway, we're still short. But hey, you get that on the big jobs. So what we did, I'll just grab the controller. What we did was we brought a controller, a Red Arc controller that goes onto the trailer, sits on the trailer, and you control it with a wee dob,
that you
control it with a wee dial instead of having to fit something to a ute, because obviously we hired that trailer out. Actually, it was hired out on the weekend. Four-wheel drive broke down and it fits four-wheel drive perfectly. But an 80 series Land Cruiser on a couple of weeks back with some massive 33s on it, and there was a little bit of clearance either side, and that's the thing that four-wheel drive people struggle to find a trailer unless they buy their own or build their own. They can never really hire one big enough for what they're wanting to do, and that's why we built our trailer the way we've built it. Anyway, let's get that controller and I'll show you what we need to do, and then we'll rip into drilling that wheel out. So here is the brake controller. It's a tiny wee box that controls the electronic brakes on the trailer. Now when we spec'd that trailer, we spec'd it with electronic brakes, so you could control the brakes electronically instead of it being on a hydraulic system, and it's a 3.5 ton rated trailer. Now there's a little dial, a little knob on here that you can shift to adjust the trailer brakes all the way. One way is the brakes are locked on firm. As soon as you put your foot on the brake, obviously it comes through the signal wire here. Put the foot on the brake, it locks the brakes up, or if you dial it all the way back, you can turn the brakes off. So when you're running, depending on how heavy your load is, obviously you either want a little bit more bias to the braking or a little bit less bias for braking. So when we're towing that Ranger up the road, we obviously want good braking on that trailer. So we need to run all of this cable down one of the insides of one of the chassis rails to this junction box we're going to be installing. So we better crack on. It's time for us to sell some stuff. And that's going to be merchandise. That's right, we're designing up a whole range of merchandise around the build of the Sylvia. Yes, we put the colour in the wheels, but that colour could change. And we're going to offer up a side profile view of the Sylvia on the back of a shirt that you guys can buy. We'll have the pricing and the availability of the shirts available for you in the next week, and we'll show you that design. And with picking the shirt, obviously you'll be able to choose from 5 colours. There'll be 5 colours on that design where you can pick from. So we'll break it up, we'll show you that design. If it's designed now, we'll put it here. Otherwise, you guys are going to see it next week. Now I can't wait to share that design with you, and once we sell a few of those, you guys are going to love it. We'll start ripping that car apart. We need to get the motor out of that, get the front tidied up. We want to tidy up the engine bay. We want to de-lume and move the fuse box inside the car and hide that away. And we've got a full body kit we're going to put on the car. but I'm still not sure if we go with the fiberglass body kit or if we go with the factory plastics. Now, the front guards are already fiberglass, and we've been having so much trouble trying to find steel guards for the front of that. But I quite like the aggressive look of those wide body guards, well, of the wide fenders, or wings, or whatever country you're from watching it. What we call them, the front guards. But if you're watching this in the UK, they're wings. If you're if you're watching it in the UK, they're wings, and if you're watching in America, they're fenders. But hey, we'll get it sorted. But we've got some merch designs coming that you guys are going to love, and hopefully you snap them all up, because there's only going to be a limited range of those shirts available, a range of different sizes. We'll offer them up for pre-order first, and then once that pre-order's all filled out, we'll order them and get them sent out to you guys wherever you are around the country or around the world. We'll get those shirts sent out to you. But we're definitely going to be offering up a range of merchandise so you guys can support us and watch us build our projects. Theoretically, the Merc, which is literally behind the camera, doesn't need any work done to it. It's a factory car with a tune, headers. I actually don't think it's got headers. It's just got a straight pipe exhaust. So that car will stay pretty much as it is until it's run its course as the Pace Taxi, and then we'll have some crazy stuff happen with that car. We'll give it a couple of years before we do anything major to it, but we've got some big plans for that car. But until the plans happen on the Mercedes, we're going to be working on the Silvia. And we definitely want to pick up another project car. So if you guys have any idea, if you guys want to see us build something crazy, I've got some ideas in my head. We want to lengthen a car, cut it in half, do some stuff, but I'm not going to tell you exactly what kind of car that is. We want to do some crazy stuff. So along with doing those projects, we'll release merchandise alongside those to help support and fund those. There's a lot happening in the background that you guys are going to love. There's a lot of projects that we're going to do. Like I said in the last video, we want to do a whole lot of automotive-based content on the Faded Meeting Events YouTube channel. So if you're not already, make sure you subscribe, because last week when I looked at the analytics, which I'll put here, which we put there, is there was 66% of you guys were not subscribed, that you're watching your content. It's now bumped up to 73%. So make sure you subscribe, hit that subscribe button. I'm pretty sure the subscribe button is here and here. The subscribe button is down here. And if you need any links or anything, you can click all the links up here or find our social media channels. But head on over, follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook and follow us on TikTok, because we're going to be putting reels out as much as we can while we're filming content. Now, we're sitting in front of these wheels that we told you we're going to do some work on, so we may as well get these apart. Now, we're going to start with the old drill. Once we get this wheel apart, we'll move on to that trailer. I don't have proper lube stuff, but we'll just use the CRC. Might need some lube in there. Oh, see, that's hot. Yeah, she's toasty warm. So the whole idea is to drill through the top of this. See, it's already kind of pitted a little bit, and it was made it way easier instead of trying to drill through the backside, because we're going to start there. So I think we're this far through already, so we might be able to whack that with a cold chisel and break it off. We might even send a bigger drill bit through to see. So let's put the little 3mm away. We've got the 5.5mm in there at the moment. How big is this hole? 7. Well, it's not quite as big as the 7. So let's get this hot drill bit out of here. Get this one in here. And okay, cool. We've broken the top off, so let's try and knock that with the hammer. Let's see how we go. There we go. There's it's probably, oh, it's cold. There we go. We've drilled the top of it out, and it's broken away. So we'll be able to push that through there. Even maybe just with this drill bit. Boom. And just like that, We drilled it out nice and safe, because yeah, that's what we'd done to the back of it. That's what we'd done to the back of it. And then obviously the top is rounded off. You can see there, it's pretty circular. But yeah, all we did was drill down into there, hit with the hammer, and it broke off. So now let's get rid of that nut, because we're definitely not, well, we're not reusing any of these, but we'll keep these as spares. We'll get rid of this, and then we'll try, cut the sealant, and get this apart. And now that we've got that nut out of there, all of the nuts have come out of this. So let's see if we can get this apart. I really don't know what we need to do, but I'm going to guess in here. Cut the silicone, separate the rim. Oh, there. I really don't know. I really don't know. Put the knife away. Don't want to cut myself. Get rid of this timber, and it'll make it easy for us to roll. So let's. Oh, there we go. There's probably a better way to do this. People watching this and cringing. There we go. There is, the barrel's off, and we're just going to try and get the face out now. Oh shit, these definitely need a good refinish. We've got to cut the sealant around here as well. Now all I can do is hit the face of the wheel. Yeah, and it's separating easily. Perfect. There we go. There is one lip and one barrel from the front wheel. I need to make sure when I order the new ones, we get them with the notch for the, this little notch here. Get them with the notch for the ear.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Hell yes. Mint. My first 3-piece wheel. Well, now that's apart, let's get on to the next job. Fitting that brake controller to the trailer. The next job is to fit this thing here. We showed you a little bit earlier, and we've done a little bit more work to it since then. So you can see here, we've got a little bit of a sheath around here now, because that's going to be fed through the trailer. It's going to pull back around on itself. Nice and tidy looking there, so when we hire it out to people, it looks professional. And obviously you've got to do a good job. Now, we've got to feed this wire down the hole we've drilled. Drilled it off camera just in case we've wrecked some stuff, but this here, we've got to feed all the wires through this little hole in here. So we just finished drilling this hole out with the old hole saw, the old JobMate 25mm hole saw bit. We've got one of these grommets here that will push into that hole, so the wire, when it folds around on itself, doesn't cut. And the reason why the wires are being pulled back around on themselves is because we don't want to cover up this little knob here. Don't want to cover up that little controller right there. So yeah, the reason why we're putting these on is the trailer come with electric brakes but not a controller, and since we're hiring it out, it makes sense to put the brake controller on the trailer instead of in the ute. We've got a bit of wire here we feed through here, and there should be no obstructions to go all the way through and come out the other end of this drawbar here. So that's come all the way through there and exactly where we want it, right here, because that's where we're going to continue to run those wires from that switch. So we'll put this on here. Put that on here, lock that in there with your fingers. Pull it back on itself, just nice and tight like that. So when you pull it, it's not really going to pull out, it's holding it. So as long as there's no tension on the, through that channel here, it'll be sweet. just like that. Perfect, and then you can control it all from here. We'll screw that up there, and then that's where that'll stay. So we'll get that screwed up, so it's at this end, it's all nice instead of hanging down. We'll get that screwed up. Put some sticky tape on the back of that. Screw it in, it'll be good to go. So we'll make sure we get this lined up nice and square, but we'll get some tape on here first. Because it's not flat, it's easier to put that under there, and we'll, oh. I like a fabricator or something, you know. Now, we'll get one screw in, and then we'll get the other one in. Self-tappers are the way to go. So now that's not going anywhere. Exactly what we want. So now that that end's done, nice and tidy up that end, we'll now move down to the back. Now we've got this cable all the way through here. We've got to shoot off and do another job, and then we'll be right back to carry this on. The trailer's now in the shed. The last clip you've seen was us fitting that module to the front of the drawbar. We've now run the wire, zip tied it all up out of the way on that chassis rail there, and we've actually wired in that module into the brake system underneath there. We were going to put in a little controller module, well, a little junction box actually, but there wasn't enough room, so we kind of rushed to get it going. The module does work. It's all powered off the trailer lights, so the lights have to be on the ute park lights, and then it feeds the module and the brakes work. Comment below what you want to see, and remember, these videos are exclusively on YouTube, but you will see a teaser reel out on our Facebook page. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on TikTok, and follow us on Instagram. Now, I might try and get a little bit closer to show you what we've done underneath the trailer. It's literally ready to be dropped down on the ground. We've got to put the wheel on, torque it up, and we'll take it for a wee bit of a drive to see how it reacts with the brakes. We don't want it to lock on and then hold up the whole vehicle. We want it to just slowly ease into it, because once we've got that Ranger on there, the Ranger is 2.5 ton, and we're tying it with a Ranger, so yeah, it's an interesting setup. But they're 3.5 ton rated, and then now with the trailer being fitted with the electronic brake controller, it is now 3.5 ton rated trailer. When those brakes don't work, it's a 2.5 ton rated trailer. So regardless, it works. It's going to work even if we don't have brakes, but you don't want to be towing a heavy vehicle without brakes on your trailer, that's for sure. Let's get this off here and we'll show you underneath there. So we've been using the old, I don't even know what those things are called, just workshop skateboards, that's what they are. But we've been using the old trolley to get in under here. So you can see here, all the wiring has been bunched up. We tidied it up a little bit from when we got the trailer. Yeah, it's quite tight, so it would have been quite awkward for us to have a camera under here while we're working on here. So there's all the bits and pieces. We're going to put that junction box in, but we just didn't have any room. And right now, having the camera under here, we don't have much room either. I wish I had a hoist, that's for sure. Would make a huge difference. But yeah, there's all the wiring. There's part of it there. We've zip tied it all along there, tidied it right up. So yeah, and once we get back from our trip around the North Island, we'll tidy this up, and that'll be in another video. Trying to get up, it's quite a mission when you're down underneath there on the old, what you call workshop skateboards. But yeah, that's underneath the trailer. We'll get this thing down on the ground, get the wheel back on it, torque it up, and then we'll pull it on out of the shed, hook it up to the old Ranger, and see how it tows with the brakes being fitted now. It's going to be a different feel. Obviously, we've towed this around a wee bit now so far without having the brakes fitted or working. So it's going to be interesting to see the difference in feel of when they work and when they don't work. I've just been for a drive with the trailer on and tested out those trailer brakes, and they work perfectly. Having the 12-volt supply constantly through the lights works a treat, because obviously with the trailer sticking out wider than the ute, you need those marker lights so people coming towards you can see, and in the daytime it's an added benefit for you so people can see that there's a trailer coming towards them as well. So driving with your park lights on isn't going to be an issue, and those brakes lock up. Well, don't lock up, but they pull you back. If you've ever driven a truck or a trailer with trailer brakes, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You put your foot on the brake, and then it pulls back. But that's it from me. We'll pull the Sylvia back in the shed, and we'll clean up there first, get the silver in the shed, and then that's it. We'll see you guys next week. Hey, don't forget, we're off to Taupo this weekend. We've got some exciting stuff coming your way.